So just a disclaimer, I have my computer right here because it has all of my like all the things I want to talk about today. So hello and welcome to What the Needles podcast. This is episode 1. My name is Liana, and in this podcast I will talk about knitting, but I'll also talk about some sewing things as well. Today I don't have any sewing projects, so we'll just be talking about knitting. I named this podcast What the Needles because I thought it was a fun name, but also I am a true beginner of knitting and sewing, so I just thought, what the heck, what the needles? So that's why it's called What the Needles, What the Needles. And so today I have one finished knit sweater. I have some work in progress, and then I have some acquisitions as well. So we're gonna jump in. And so if you see me looking down, it's because I have a lot to share. And so I wrote some notes, so I'm gonna be looking at my computer a lot, hopefully not too much, but unfortunately probably quite a bit. Okay, so my first finished item, I already did a short about this, and I want to say thank you so much if you watched my short. I only do YouTube shorts. I feel like the YouTube community is very nice and very encouraging, and so I will probably just be on YouTube. I might make an Instagram, but we'll see. So my first item, it's the Florence Miller Step by Step sweater, and here it is. It looks so good. Okay, yeah, so I really enjoyed this. So it is knitted in Malabrigo Rios in the color Fuesha. And then I held it together with the Rowan Kidslik Haze, so Candy Girl 606. So in Florence's video, I think she used drops maybe, but in the instructions it said if you wanted to have it more fluffy, you could put it together with, you could hold 2 yarns together. So I wanted this to be a little bit fluffier. I think I'm from North Carolina, so sometimes it does get a little bit cooler there. I live in California right now, but I go back and visit frequently, so I think this sweater would hold up really good in the North Carolina weather. So yes, so I got, this was a bit of a doozy, because I made the rookie mistake of running out of yarn. So I had to go and I had to order some more, and then I was like, okay, I think I should have enough, but then I had to go order some more. So rookie mistake is, now I know I just get the quantity ahead of time, so hopefully I don't run out, and that's where knowing the yardage and knowing the grams and all of that comes into play. So this was my first successful project. I say successful because there was a project before this, and I will talk about that a little bit later. I'm actually going to show you. It's actually not that bad, but there is a few mistakes, but yes, we'll talk about that later. I really love this color. Like I said, I love this sweater. I've worn it already multiple times, so it's not scratchy at all. It is a little itchy some places, when I wear it, maybe on an arm or something, the usual itch, but I usually wear something under it because I just like it better that way. And when I was watching a lot of knitting people and folks like that, they always wear something underneath their sweater, so I was like, okay, well, I'll do the same. I would love to tell you how many balls I got to knit this sweater, but I stopped counting. I got this yarn from Stitch or Quarter Stitch in New Orleans. So I went to a work conference, and I was like, let me find a knitting place in this town and maybe get some yarn to commemorate my time being there. So I got I got it from there. It's called Quarter Stitch in New Orleans. I'd recommend going. They have a lot of stuff there, and it's a pretty like nice shop, and it's like walking distance to like if you're at a conference, like the conference areas. So yes, like I said, I love this yarn, and I know I've said that like multiple times. It is expensive, so I probably won't be knitting with this again. Maybe like a smaller project, but it was just really expensive for this size of sweater. So yeah, this is my only finished item, which I'm really proud of. Okay, sorry, my camera did something weird. When I had to buy like multiple quantities of yarn, the dye lots ended up being different colors. I'm okay with that. You can't even tell, so yes, that's my camera is doing something weird, so I will be back in just a second. All right, we are back. My camera is doing something weird. I think it's just overheating a little bit, so it might be a little choppy, but just bear with me. So yes, so heading into my whips. So right now I am knitting blouse number 1 by my favorite things knitwear, and so I will show you it here. Okay. Yes, so this is knitted in Cascade 220 Superwash, and it's held together by Lane Yarn's Jawoll Superwash. I think Jawoll is German, so I'm just saying it the English way, so I apologize if it's butchered. But here it is. Yay! Okay, so I have split off for the sleeves and the body. I'm working on the body right now, and then obviously go back to the sleeves. This project has given me a run for my money. When I tell you a run for my money, I quit like multiple times, but I'm like, it's not. I am determined to finish it. I am determined to finish it by Christmas, but we'll see how that turns out. But yes, I've really enjoyed it. I think it's given me a run for my money because of the sizing. So the first time I knit a small, and I tried it on, and it was a little too big, like it was a little tight in like the bust area, and so I wasn't really loving that. And so then I was like, okay, I don't know what this thinking or where this logic came from, but I was like, okay, let me knit an extra large. That was a little too big. So then I was like, okay, let me undo this for the second time. And I was like, okay, let me knit a medium. And I think I've hit the jackpot. I should have started with a medium because I just naturally fall in the measurements of a medium, but second guessing always gets me in trouble. So now I'm knitting the correct size, which is a medium. So hopefully it should start coming together. I haven't had too many issues. There are a lot of steps, so I do find myself like writing them out, like on a piece of paper, and then once I complete that section, then I'll write out the next directions, and that has really helped. I think sometimes when you're reading like knit patterns, you can get lost in the sauce. Like there's like, okay, now do this and then do this and then do this, but don't forget this. And then I'm like, I'm so confused. So writing it out piece by piece has been so helpful. Yes, I believe I do have the right amount of yarn for this project. I just found some extra that I didn't know I had, so I think I have enough. I got this yarn from a local yarn shop in Santa Cruz. I think I wrote the name down. Oh, it's called Yarn Shop Santa Cruz. If you are ever in Santa Cruz, please go visit this shop. The lady is so nice. She's so helpful. Everybody was so welcoming. Like when I went in, it was just a really nice shop. Everything is like super organized as well. And so yes, I would recommend this shop. If I'm ever in Santa Cruz again, I'll probably stop by just to support a local business as well. So yeah, I think pray for me. Hopefully I get it done. Hopefully. So yes. So that is blouse number 1. Okay, moving on. So I am also knitting the Brioche scarf Chunky by Helene, Beba, I think her name is. And so this is supposed to be a gift knit, but I think I'm gonna unravel it because I'm not really sure anymore. Like, I'm kind of bored. But I knew knitting scarves was gonna be a little bit boring for me, just because I'm like, it's like front and then you go back and then you go front and then you go back. So I haven't given up on scarves yet, but I think I will unravel this to just use the yarn for something else. So the yarn that I'm using to knit this, and I think I have it, this is the scarf so far. It's in a Brioche. Let me see. Yeah, I did mess up some places. I'm not gonna lie, I did. And yeah, so I really like this color. It's like it does look really green. Oh no, that green is a true green. When I back it up, it does look a little bit lime, but I really like this green. I think it's a nice green. I got this yarn from a shop in Denver, North Carolina. I am forgetting the name, but it was like a local yarn store. Everybody was super nice. So if you're ever in Denver, North Carolina, I'll try to find the name and put it in the description box. So this is the Merino 401. It's 100% extra fine merino wool. And so I got 4 of these. So there was only 4 on sale. So they were all in the sale area. So I just went ahead and got them. But that is the green. It's so cute. I'm thinking maybe I'll knit a cardigan. Maybe do that like blue and green that people have been doing. So yeah, I really like it. It's really soft. And so I will just put it in my yarn stash for now and then figure it out later. So back to, I think I went on a tangent there, but back to the scarf. Yes. So let me see. Oh, that's all I have to write. That's all I have to say about the scarf. So yeah, okay. I might cast this on today. I'm going, so a little bit of backstory, and you'll probably hear this in a short, so if you see it in a short, I just ask that you please listen. So I am going to a Panthers game, and I was like, I really want to wear something blue because it's probably going to be cold, so I'm probably going to be bundled up, and I remembered I had this yarn in my stash. So let me grab it. Give me 1 second. It's in a plastic bag, but and it's close to the Carolina blue. Close enough. It's close enough for my liking. So here's this blue, and so I'm going to make the clamshell scarf. I'll try to add a picture here, and I'll put it in the link to the description box. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and so yeah, and you can use chunky yarn for it. Let me try to get the. So when I went and I bought this at the yarn shop, I bought this from the yarn store in North Carolina as well. It was on sale. So it is a deluxe, it's dusk blue. So it's a deluxe chunky 100% wool. And yeah, so that's all they really say. Anyway, so I got 2 of them. So I'm going to make that, I think I'm going to cast that on today. Give myself a little break from blouse number 1, and get that ready to go to the football game. This is my first NFL game, so I'm super excited. So I'm like, why not dress in the blue? So it's not like Carolina blue, but it's close enough. And this is the color of it. Yeah, so it's a pretty dusk blue, like I said on the tag. Yeah, so that's all of my like whips. I added this into my whips because I'm casting it on today. Let me see what else. Okay, So we are going to move on into acquisitions. I'm going to take a second and give my camera like a small break, and then I'll come back with acquisitions. I am back. So I let my camera just cool off for a second. So yes, okay, moving into acquisitions. So I was able to pick up some Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in the color cream. Oh, here it is. In the color cream, right? Yeah, cream. So I really like to knit in like fun colors, but I also want some staples for my like wardrobe. So I was like, okay, my next project will be knitted in like a neutral. So I got this cream. Looks pretty good. Yes. So I'm really excited about it. I am going to wait. That's not where wait. I got this yarn at the early birthday gift from my husband. So we went to San Francisco and we visited ImageKnits in San Francisco. I would recommend visiting them. They also have a website, and they were really nice. Everybody was really helpful. They had multiple people working, so like anytime I had a question, I could just turn around and be like, hey, can I ask you a question? And they also carry Knitting for Olive, which, as you know, like there was a point if you live in the United States, and you've been watching the news, the tariffs and all of that good stuff, there was a point where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to knit with Knitting for Olive, because I've always wanted to, because a lot of people talk about that. A lot of the patterns that I'm interested in, like somebody has did a Knitting for Olive color or yarn. And so I was really like, dang, like I really want to make this, but I don't want to order it online. I just want to pick it up in person. So I went there, and luckily they just had gotten like a big shipment of Knitting for Olive. So I was really excited to try it. So I got 10 balls of this. I don't think I'll need all 10 balls, but what I've learned so far in my knitting journey, it hasn't been a long journey, but so far, is I really like to do my gauge swatch and not the balls that are being used for the sweater, if that makes sense. So I like to grab some extra, so just in case I have to do a swatch, like say I don't need gauge, but so I need to do it again, I don't have to worry because I can just do it in an extra ball, if that makes sense. When I was knitting the step-by-step sweater, I was really nervous because I was like, okay, I have to do a gauge swatch, and like, what if I run out of yarn? I know that you can just unravel it and use it, like, you know, play yarn chicken, but I didn't want to do that. So yes, this yarn is going to be used for the Isle sweater by Ozetta, and so I am planning on doing like a make 9, like I don't know if we remember that trend where like everybody comes on. I think it was like a trend on Instagram, but it made its way a little bit over to YouTube, but then I think it's kind of left a little bit. But I went ahead and I sat down and I was like, okay, what do I want to make next year? So I have about 9 items that I want to make. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do a video on that, because I don't know the colors. I don't know what colors I want those like patterns to be in just yet. So I'm thinking about making a video, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, so this is my only acquisition, and I'm loving it. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so moving on, I'll put that back real quick. Moving on, usually in this podcast I would have some sewing items. I don't have any sewing items today, and I probably won't for 2025. Hopefully in 2026 I'll be able to show some more of those sewing things. I like have dipped my toes a little bit into sewing, but I still have a lot to learn, just as much as knitting. So next year, hopefully I'll have some of those items to show you all. So that's it. That's really episode 1. So I do talk a little fast. Maybe I talked a little slow. I don't know. I will know once I start editing this. But I just want to say that thank you so much for the love on my last short. That was super exciting and super overwhelming. Like I said, I just kind of I haven't been on YouTube in it for a long time, but I've watched like a lot of YouTube. So this is the first time I'm kind of taking like, oh, let me post on YouTube, just for kicks and giggles. So I was really excited to see all the love and support on that last video, on that last short. And so at this point, if you're still here, thank you for still being here. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Every time I get a new subscriber, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so everyone is celebrated over here. So yes, if you wanted to subscribe, I would love to have you. If you're still thinking about it, I'll be here. So yeah, so I'm so happy you're here and you took the time to watch my video. So with that, friend to friend, I'll see you later. Okay, bye.